Welcome to the Youth Employment Agency. To my right is my deputy in charge of finance and admin. She's called Ms. Sedinam Kekeshi. I've been following you on social media and I see a lot of the good works you've been doing. Unfortunately, our paths have never crossed on the streets because, of course, Accra is big and we can't always be on the same session. Or maybe I've even seen you, but I didn't know you were those there. But I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about you, and there's been a lot of commendation. Last week, I went live to interact with the Ghanaian youth, and during the comment session, I saw a lot of people mention Bastard Boys, and I kept mentioning your names, and I was really impressed with how people were standing in for you and how people were admitting to the fact that you are contributing your quota to national development. It's impressive, and so first, let me commend you for that. We invited you here basically to listen to your story, to know how you put together yourselves, and also to get to understand how you make this possible.
So the whole idea of Bastard Boys started with me being a fan of nature and admiring the sea all the time. And it saddens my heart all the time to get to the seaside and I see a lot of debris running to the sea. So my consistent observations were points to the fact that because of irresponsible behavior in the various communities where people willingly, throw their trash into running waters, that is, at the end of the day, everything runs back to the sea. So I was trying to find a way to end that behavior. I call it disease of a behavior, and I realized that the only way possible is to be able to raise enough awareness in the various communities, purposely to begin to change the narrative. Because the initial concept was to be able to change the situation at the bus stops. So I grew up in the 90s and I saw the differences from the 90s up to today. And I can say that today we are more irresponsible as a people. What makes us Ghanaian or humans is not necessarily what I have and what you don't have, but it's the environment that collectively defines our nature as a people. So every great nation, from my own education and observation, is a nation that has a great environment. Social media being a powerful tool, our youth are out there, some are twerking, some are doing all the other things that they do, and you can't blame them. But how about deliberately pushing content about environmental sustainability to the youth? If not for anything at all, we are going to get people who grow up in 10 years and think differently from the environment. So that was basically how the whole concept of Bastard Boy started. My point is always the youth, because 20 years from as we speak,